got a major collection of Yamaha service manuals and some other brands that came in, but mostly Yamaha, from probably a Yamaha dealer in the 70s. If you don't know this already, we are assembling a library at the museum. So if you come across dealer service data like this is a service news bulletins from all Yamahas of the 70s. And Mark Digno, say hello, Mark.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Mark and I used to race motocross together at the New England Motorcycle Association with our kids, and he knew that we were collecting this kind of stuff for the museum. Look at this. This is a Yamaha Service News Bulletin book with all kinds of updates on service bulletins, and then some stuff that you'll really have a tough time finding if you need it. And we are in the vintage motorcycle business, so this is the Yankee 500Z parts catalog with all exploded views. The parts catalogs are very helpful because they have all the information on how to put stuff back together and what the part numbers were. There's an OSA parts catalog here. There's a workshop manual for the 5-speeds. We happen to have an OSA Super Phantom in pieces we're trying to reassemble, so that's going to come in handy. There's also one of Penton's. I've never seen one of these before. It's a Penton specification, controls, operation and maintenance, dismantling the engine, rebuilding the engine, and a parts and accessories catalog, which is kind of cool. You can find out what stuff sold for originally and what kind of accessories that they sold for these motorcycles back in the day. We just got in a Norton Commando 850. I've got the 750 Commando and 850 Commando parts list, 750 Commando parts list. This is a tip of the iceberg. This is another 200 manuals that we're putting into an inventory of over 3,000 manuals that we have, and these are ones that we use for the shop. So if you have motorcycle manuals, if you have motorcycle books, we were just donated. One of the benefactors, I should have done a video of it, one of the museum benefactors for the second time bought down a couple of big boxes of hardbound motorcycle books. Ask yourself this, listen, go to the local library and ask them to show you what they have for a selection of motorcycle books. You know what you're gonna find? 3, 4, 5, if you're lucky, books. I went to the Talon Library. They had 4 books, and they're all in different sections. Most libraries could give a rat's ass about our hobby, so it's up to us to preserve the history and the culture of motorcycles. That's why I've dedicated my life to the museum here, and that's why I've dedicated so much time and energy and money. This batch, Mark and I agreed on, how much did we agree on for the, it was like $700. I'm paying for this stuff. It's not for sale. It'll never be sold. It goes into the inventory. We've got the largest collection of motorcycle manuals and books. A lot of them are on the second floor in an open library I have. We've got about 150 books you can come and read. The rest of them, roughly 3,000, are on the 4th floor. We want to, working with a couple of retired librarians that can help us set up an actual library here, like a Dewey Decimal System. So I see this place becoming a central spot where all this history can be collected and preserved. That's what the museum's all about. And now here we got more service manuals for like Yamaha DS7, an XT500 assembly manual, an RD200 assembly manual. This is all the Yamaha stuff. Yamaha service manual for the DT1, 68 to 71. Junior's gonna get a kick out of this. I should drop this on his desk. This is, we're doing a frame up on a 68 DT1. Where are you going to find that? I'll tell you where. Nowhere. Here's it at the New England Motorcycle Museum, because it's going to be here forever. So if you need a copy of one of these, you can call us, and I'm sure we can get a copy made. Here's an XS650B. We do a lot of Yamaha XS650s. Here's a RD60B. These are all models you've seen we've tested. The G1 series. Here's an RD250B and an RD350B. So here's a GT80, my first, if you follow us and you know me, well, you know my first bike was a GT80 MX, 1972, I think it was. But I got that when I was 7 years old, so very cool. The original service manual on that bike. And the best part about the service manual is they have actual photographs of how things go together and also what the bike looked like in stock form. So you can recreate it exactly the way it was in the manual if you're doing a restoration. It just goes on and on. There's a YF150, a C7S, a G7S. Here's a Yamaha 100 LS2. Here's an XS500B service manual. These are all service and parts manuals. Here's an XS60D. So we're collecting these. I'm showing these to you guys for a reason. Hey, if you're an old timer and you got a huge collection of these and you don't want them thrown in the dump when you pass away, give me a call, 860-454-7024. Or if you are an heir of an estate like Mark was, and you come across a big collection like this, call us, 860-454-7024. If you have motorcycle books, kids books, we have a section of motorcycle kids books like the Mouse and the Motorcycle and a whole bunch of other ones. So they're going to be here, and they'll be here for you if you want to come peruse this. If you've got a vintage Yamaha and you want to see how it was assembled or how it's supposed to look, we have all brands A to Z. Many brands that aren't even manufactured anymore. So old motorcycle parts too. Mark gave us a bunch of Harley parts too. I won't go through the whole section here with all these, but there's pretty much every Yamaha made from 68 to 78. There's a manual for it in here. There's over 200 manuals, including, where are the snowmobile manuals?
They're around.
Hey.
They're in one of these boxes.
Hey, do any of you guys know Larry the Enticer? Okay, if you do, send him this video. I have the manual to his Yamaha. Do you know which book it's in?
I don't.
Here, you can hop up right here. Climb up there and see Larry. Send this to Larry. I've got your manual here, so you got to come to an event this summer for me to give it to you, so you can be on our channel, or I'll mail it to you if you want. But sure would be cool to have you come here with your snowmobile and maybe do a couple jumps this winter before the snow all melts. So yeah,
I don't know. Okay.
just give me one of them. Just as an example, any one of them.
Okay, 81.
We've got 60 Yamaha manuals here. Here's a Yamaha GP246F. I know we have the one to your Yamaha here, and you've crashed it so many times. You're gonna need this, bud. So give me a call, okay, Larry? So just let me know what model number you have, Larry. Send this to Larry. Tag him in this. Put it on social media. I know he's out there somewhere. Thank you for watching. Please, if you have motorcycle magazines, my good friend Pete Olson just dropped off a whole box of them. They had moved and they threw out a bunch, and he asked me one of them. I said, don't throw any more out. Bring the magazines here. We have every edition of Cycle News from the 60s till now. I've got a huge collection of hot rod magazines and a whole bunch of other periodicals that have motorcycle advertisements from the 60s and 70s. And we know advertising and marketing has changed a lot. Some of the things you'll see in the older ads, you won't see in the new ads, but they're a piece of the history and the culture of motorcycling. Preserve it, get it to the museum. If I have to cut you a check for it, I will. If you want to donate it, you can do a tax-deductible donation. We are a 501c3 charitable organization, so if you sold your motorcycle and you have one manual or two, if you want to mail anything to us, our mailing address is 200 West Main Street, Rockville, Connecticut, New England Motorcycle Museum. Again, 200 West Main Street, Rockville, Connecticut. Please send your old manuals to us. Let this library grow and be the largest motorcycle library in the world. Stay tuned, and God bless America. Stay tuned, because later today or tomorrow, we're going to be test riding this absolutely stunning 1983 Harley-Davidson FX. This is the last year of the hard-mounted frame. This is the FX style, or later the Dyna style. And it's the first year of the Evolution 1340cc engine. Before this, there were shovel heads. So kind of an end of an era and a start of a new one. Then we've got this badass, totally custom Honda CR559 Cafe Racer that we're gonna do. This thing sounds like, you gotta hear it to believe it. Then this stunning SL175 frame up restoration in the candy metallic House of Colors green, just absolutely stunning. And then of course, this basically brand new time capsule Kawasaki Triple 250. So stay tuned. I don't know if I ever showed you guys, this is my inventory of jackets that we wear as props for the riding, and I've got 24 helmets. All these are my size. I've got vintage Bell Moto 3s, some red, white, and blue ones, and of course the Captain America helmets over here, and some of my tools of destruction, and my colors, and a collection of riding gear. This is all the stuff I wear when we do the videos. So I've got plenty of helmets. I don't always wear one, but 24 helmets in here, and we have 250 helmets in the museum on display. If you have a vintage helmet, we do collect helmets. These are ones I wear right here, but the museum's got over 250 vintage helmets. That's Junior's helmet. So don't throw away your old helmets. Send them to the museum. 200 West Main Street, Rockville, Connecticut. Stay tuned, as always, more good stuff to come. Big Black is here next to Big Red. My two 650s, we're going to be ripping down the beach at Daytona in about, 37 days, March 6th. So spring is coming. And then the Dynas, the 90.